How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to yet another weekly warehouse update. Let's head over to the drop shelf, see what's new this week. We got some exciting stuff from Clash. So you've actually probably saw some of these in our Clash only round video. And now they're on the site. So we'll start left to right. 85-12 is the Lotus. I didn't really throw this one too much, to be completely honest with you. It feels really good forehand. I'm not in love with the feel backhand, but I know some people will be. I don't really know what to fully compare it to. Trying to think of a good comparison, but it was the one I had was a little more overstable than my Cinnamon, definitely noticeably slower, but it was a great feel forehand. So if you're looking for a good forehand fairway driver, check out the Lotus. And you know what, it's gonna be a good backhand flyer. I just couldn't get a comfortable grip on it personally. But that was not true about this disc here. You've seen it pushed quite a bit, I'm sure, over the months. So the Eric Oakley Spice is officially out. So this is the actual Eric Oakley stamp on this one. And then we also just have the stock Spice, 10404. Very good, overstable, consistent. I wouldn't quite say the 404. I wouldn't quite say it's that overstable. It's not quite like Firebird-esque. It's closer like Sexton Firebird, really overstable Thunderbird, that type slot where it's really controllable. You can put it on Anheuser and trust it to come out, but it's not going to be like uselessly overstable. You're going to have a ton of uses for this in your bag. So if you're looking for that good, really comfortable, nice, consistent, overstable fairway driver, check out the Spice. Again, we got the Eric Oakley stamp and then your typical stock stamp. So in addition to that, we still have a bunch of just stock Clash on the site as well, but these are the new drops.
Alrighty, got some more Trilogy. Surprise, surprise, there's new Trilogy every week. If you haven't caught on yet, Trilogy's always dropping new stuff, which makes it very exciting to be a Trilogy thrower. So if you're not, you should give it a shot. First thing I want to mention, we still have a few of these. This is the it's technically part of the Trilogy now, Discmania. This is the Nordic Phenom 2. These are S-Line, like Swirl S-Line Orbit, I guess you could say, PDs. So these are going to be a little less stable than the C-Line ones, but they're still very reliable, overstable drivers. We have a couple really awesome colorways in these. These are some great, I believe they call these Horizon PDs. It's, you know how Trilogy is, it's so hard. They all use different names for the same thing, but yeah, so we still have a few of them. Those are limited right now, and they have some really awesome colors left. Another thing just came out. So if you are familiar with the Judge from Dynamic Disc, the EMAC version of that disc, you know, he is like, there's a Truth and an EMAC Truth. Well, the EMAC Judge is basically a smaller bead and slightly less stable, or overstable, I should say, Judge. So it flies a little bit straighter. They just came out in EMAC, or in the Lucid plastic. They had already been out in the baseline plastic for a year or so. I will say about this is, as somebody who throws the Judge, having an option for a straighter disc, and also I think in the Lucid plastic, sometimes the Judge, the bead can get a little abrasive. If you're somebody who wants to throw a Judge but doesn't really like a larger bead, this could be perfect for you because the small bead on this putter is almost not noticeable, especially like even if I'm power gripping it, it feels very comfortable. So make sure to give that a look if that's something that fits how you feel about the normal Judge. If you're somebody who's like, I don't really like beaded putters, this could be a great option for you. I think that's gonna be a really good throwing putter. We also have a bunch of Opto Air currently. So if you're ever looking for lightweight plastic, now is a great time. We've got the Bolt here from Latitude 64 in the Opto Air. This is a 13 speed. This is gonna go very far. This is a great option if you're looking for something to get maximum distance. Another one we have in Opto Air right now is the Fuse. This is a very beginner friendly mid-range. This would be a great option for somebody's first disc because it's light and it's already kind of a neutral to understable mid-range, so that's a great one. And then a very good option for somebody's first disc would be the Opto Air Pure. This is very exciting. I could not recommend this more to somebody with like a beginner or lower just arm speed, or somebody who's younger and just doesn't throw super far yet. This will probably be the best putter to start with, especially as a throwing putter and an approach disc. The Pure is already a very forgiving disc, and in Opto Air and the lightweight, it's going to be great. This one's 157 grams. It's going to be very easy to throw. You're going to get this disc. This might be one of the easiest discs to throw straight that exists, and that's just the reality of it when you have the Opto Air plastic going. A few other molds I want to talk about. We do have stilettos in stock right now in optoplastic. They haven't run these in a very long time. These are 13 speeds with a 5 fade, so they're nice and overstable. Now, I did get a chance to throw these. They're not like tilts that you actually can push them out, and then they just have a really good strong fade at the end. I would say they're a really good like spike hyzer disc. So give those a look. Those are a great option for something fast and overstable. And then one last thing we have here, we have these Lucid Ice Verdicts, and these have kind of a cool cube stamp on them as well. If you aren't familiar with the Verdict, these are overstable mid-ranges, but they're fast and they're not crazy overstable. It's not like a zone. Hunter actually bags a Verdict and he likes it for throwing a hyzer that maybe pushes just a little bit. He can throw really good forehands with these. It's a very versatile mid-range disc, and a lot of people that bag it and use it really, really love it. So if you haven't checked out the Verdict, make sure to. That's all we got for Trilogy now, but you already know that next week we'll have even more, I'm sure. Actually, I'm more than sure because there's some on the shelves already that drops next week, so we'll see it then, I guess. One last thing, almost forgot. Another Discmania disc that came out that is very exciting is Glow C-Line P2s. So if you are somebody who threw the Sky God, which no longer exists, such as myself, this is the first time we're getting I believe we're getting a C-Line run of the P2. I threw these. They are just as overstable as the Sky God was. They fly very much the same. They actually glow pretty well. These have the Discmania Open stamp on them. So we have 3 different colors of these. If you are a P2 thrower and if you are a Sky God thrower, this works just the same. I have tested them. I can confirm as somebody who threw a lot of Sky Gods, this is a great option. So make sure to get your hands on these. These are a limited run, and who knows when we're gonna get a stock C-Line P2, so this might be your chance to stock up on that kind of overstable P2 driving putter.
All right, we're back in the Discraft shelf to show you some of the stuff. So remember, over the past few weeks, we've been talking about our Discraft restock getting up. The Discraft restock's fully up. So some of the stuff that I was saying is going up last week, I can now show you. So I'll just highlight the molds that kind of went up over this week, but again, we basically have a full Discraft restock minus some of the stuff that I've already sold out, like the Passion, on the site. But one of the cool things here, we have some X-Line Avenger SS's, so if you're looking for an easy roller disc and the Avenger SS may be stock, I'm gonna kill this mosquito. Whoop, got him. Oh, don't worry, no casualty on the disc, we're good. If you're looking for like a stock Avenger SS, is it a little bit too overstable for what you're wanting for your roller? Get an X-Line. It's technically a baseline. It's kind of like a Pro plastic, like Innova Pro line. Hit a few trees, beat it in. This will get flippier quicker. But what's interesting is, so like this one is like their classic X-Line, like stiff. You can kind of tell it's a little bit cheaper plastic. But some of them, such as like this is the X Orange Blue Shards 167, 169. You're gonna pick this exact one up. It literally feels like Innova's like G-Star. This X does. So not all of them feel like that. Some of them do though. This one in particular. So pretty cool run. We also just have some stock ESP Avenger SS's as well. So that's always a good time. This actually, yeah, this still has Paul's 5-time on this Avenger SS. So collectible. And then down here, Buzz OS. We got Buzz OS in ESP and Z, nice consistent overstable mid-range. If you're looking for something like that, a little farther in the zone, really comfortable forehand, backhand. Then if we walk a little farther down, we got a restock on the People's Buzz, nice ESP Comets. These have actually been flying off the shelf because people are starting to realize how good the Comet is, one of the best flyers on the market. People used to hate on the hand feel. I've kind of fallen in love with the hand feel. I don't know if I've gone crazy or if people are crazy, but feels great, flies even better. I'm personally bagging a more beat up ESP one currently for my hyzer flip to turnovers, but I was bagging a big Z one that you could just, basically the big Z Comet, you can just rip flat and it's just gonna go straight forever. Basically just flies like a Frisbee more or less. And then last but certainly not least, on the restock side, we have the Discraft Hades back in stock in the PM line. One of the better, like, first true distance drivers out there on the market. Really good, consistent hyzer flips, turnovers, even for bigger arms, rollers. So if you're looking to get some extra distance, maybe you can't quite push that 300 mark yet, you're looking for a disc that can get you there, check out the Hades. But like I said, plenty of great plastic in stock from Discraft right now.
Very excited that we've got a little DGA restock and a few key molds that are my personal favorites. First of all, it looks like we do still have some steadies. This is what I put with last year. These are fantastic. If you have not tried those out, it's a great putter to give a shot. But the molds that I'm currently bagging that we just got a restock of, number one, the Hurricane. I think this is an incredibly underrated distance driver. These are amazing hyzer flip drivers for somebody of my arm speed. A little bit lower, they might be a little more stable, and if you have a really high arm speed, you can probably get really awesome like hyzer flip to turnovers out of these. I think that they've been around for a long time. Like, I've known about the Hurricane for forever, but they're just so good. I don't know what it is about them. They're very comfortable. I've never thrown one. I've never had a Hurricane that just like didn't work for me, and I'm always able to get a ton of distance out of them. They're just a great disc. They're just a great disc. And another DGA mold that we have a good bit of stock right now, we have both in the Pro line and the SP like Sparkle, is the Quake. So the Quake, I had seen this disc quite a few times, but never really thrown it, but it always felt so comfortable in my grip. It's a very comfortable feeling disc. It's a beadless mid-range, but it's an overstable mid-range. So this mid-range filled a gap for me that I was trying to fill for a long time in my bag, which was something between like a zone or a drone, like something really overstable, but more stable than, so it'd be less stable than that, but more stable than like my rocks that are kind of going straight with a little bit of fade. I wanted something that like was reliable. I could throw it with anhyzer and it's gonna just kind of slightly fight out of it and just drop straight, or something I can trust into a little bit of wind to go dead straight. And that's what the Quake has been for me. This disc has been a game changer in my bag. I cannot see it going out anytime soon because I was looking for this disc for so long, and we have it. I would very highly recommend trying the Quake if you have not. If you've never tried DGA, it's very good plastic. Discraft makes their plastic, so it's very good. And the Quake is nothing like Discraft has in their lineup. I have not thrown anything quite like this disc. It's kind of a unique disc. They gave it a 5303. I think that's relatively accurate flight numbers as well. It's quite fast, honestly, for a 5-speed, but yeah, I would really recommend checking this out. We have some really cool ones right now. We even have these kind of like blackish ones that are a little bit like black with like, I don't know, it kind of has like a silver shimmer to it as well. And like I said, we also have some in this really cool sparkle plastic too. So either one would definitely work. They're both premium options. So make sure to check out the Quake. Really love the Quake. You should give it a shot. Last thing I want to wrap up with, go over to the accessory shelf over here, point out a few things. Number one, we are just about out of our performance dad hats. These have been really popular. We have the gray ones and the sunbeam ones left over. I'm sure in the future we will get more of these, so don't worry if there were certain colors you wanted and you didn't get. But if you want to snag one now, these have been very popular. They're super lightweight, and they don't really have like, one thing I like about them is they don't really have a lot of structure to them, so therefore you don't have to worry about them like getting like damaged, or if they get stepped on or sat on or anything, or if you pack them into luggage. I like a hat like that. But they're very comfortable for disc golf in the hot months of summer because they're so lightweight and moisture wicking. So make sure to check these out in those two colors we have left. We do still have some of the Bogey Bros rope hats as well in both the blue and the white colors. These are also hats that are made by this Imperial brand that are really good, and they're pretty lightweight as well. Some other things, we've got towels in stock right now. If you've never seen those on the site, we do have foundation towels. We have them in black and this blue color as well. Just some microfibers for your bag. And then one other thing I wanted to point out is we still have a few bags left of our coffee blend that we did with Third Wave, a local coffee company. This is Hunter approved coffee. So if you've ever wanted to drink coffee that Hunter has approved, being the coffee aficionado he is, this is your chance. This is a blend that we like tasted and worked out with them that we're running through their site. So make sure to also check out the coffee blend. If you're really into coffee, this could be for you. So yeah, that's what we got going on the accessories. We have some of the stuff we normally have as well. Always have Ripped Revenge. We've got the expansion packs, the normal decks. If you've never checked out Ripped Revenge, highly recommend it. Very fun way to play disc golf, and a bunch of other stuff. Always make sure to keep it on the accessories. A lot of fun stuff going on there. A lot of great gifting options as well. Other than that, that's going to do it for our weekly warehouse preview. Hopefully you enjoyed. We will see you back next week with a bunch of other new plastic for you to feast your eyes upon. We'll see you then.